Welcome, you amp aficionados. Henning here. I'm back from my short vacation in Holland, or Le Holland as they say in Hungary. And when I came home yesterday, I was surprised with a Hamstead Artist 60 something that says Reverb or something, or Tremolo, or Sweetwater, I don't know. It's an Artist 60. It's a clean amp, but it can also, fizzle if you like. It's as boutique, whatever that means, as it gets. And I'm very happy to have struck a deal with Hamstead, whereas I reduced my fee. Yes, I'm charging for these videos, for a bunch of videos in trade for one of their amazing pedal platform heads, because it's good to have different flavors for the videos. You know and love the Tone King, Sky King, which is now in the amp rack built in, which has always been my pedal platform amp, my go-to. Then, of course, the Rev Dynamis is brilliant as well for that and very flexible. And then I usually go into a whole bunch of amps, which we can see on the amp cam, which is still very dark. Well, there it is. There's the amp cam wall, brand new rebuild around the column, and there's a little bit missing there where the Houston Kettner is. You can still see some cables. We're going to fill that up with a little amp, but the Hamstead is going to find a beautiful place on that wall as another head that beautifully plays with pedals. I hope. I played one at NAMM and it was like, hey, this is nice. But of course, it's NAMM. It's loud and, So we're going to take it out of the box and really just quickly play some sounds, say, oh, that's nice. Just as an introduction of this new baby to the family. And then I'm going to have breakfast. So let's go. It's a big ass box right here. And there it is. It's not light, 60 watts. But you know what? If Dan Steinhardt and Andy Martin swear by this and say, well, that's the shit, they know pedals. I mean, I know pedals a little bit. I might not know pedals like they know pedals, but I know pedals a little bit. And I know that some amps just are more compatible with taking different kinds of pedals than others. So hopefully this is ultra compatible. This has, on the front panel, let's go through this, gain, but it's ultra stable, which means, it only cranks in certain modes. 3-position bright switch, which I love, bass and treble, and then a voice switch, which you can also access with the foot switch. And then there's a reverb, which is more than just a knob. It has depth and tone, so that's pretty much more like mix, tone, and I guess on and off. Tremolo, which of course is for the classic-y, country, whoop sounds. Maybe not something I want to, use in every video. And then the master. RT. That's what I said. I said TR. Reverb and tremolo. So the interesting thing on this puppy is the back, because it has a power. On-off is back here. And then let's see. Mute is what they call standby. There's a full set of biasing controls for external bias, which is nice. You don't have to open that. And this is the interesting thing, the power control. 60, 20, and 7. So if you wanted to crank, you can go to 7 and actually have the power amp be part of the equation, which is very, very cool. Speaker outs, of course, selectable, all that stuff. We're going to switch it to 8. Then, foot switch, which we're going to look at. Gain high and low, which is another way to get the amp to crank a little bit. We're going to go to low for now. FX send and receive. Oh, not return. The voice level. So that's a I think a boost, probably for mids or something like this, and how much you want it to be affected once you turn that on. And then you can actually say whether the reverb goes into the tremolo or the tremolo into the reverb. Let's see how it ships. Reverb into tremolo, which I would probably go trem into reverb. I would probably like that more because I don't want my reverb to pump. That doesn't make too much sense to me, but that's just a preference. And they have that, and that is very cool. So we're going to look at what's in the other box. This is also a test for the new studio. Do I have everything plugged in? One of the cameras doesn't remote control, so no, I don't. But if that's the worst, that's not so bad. I have only 15 amps connected right now. And technically on amp number 9, I should be able to pull out some cables from over there and plug this thing in no time flat and always have a flexible spot on the switching system for an amp that I'm reviewing without having to uncable anything. Technically, there are outlets everywhere, and that means I should be able to quickly even find power for it with a little feet for the foot switch. So hypothetically, this new studio should allow me to do a video like this and get sound and video and all that really, really fast. Oh, this has the gig rig switches, these really smooth, silent ones. Very nice foot switch. Look at that. That's sexy. And Dan knows how to make a switch. That's the foot switch cable. That's the power cable, which of course I have plenty of, but it's always good to have plenty. And then I'm going to say an instruction manual. They also said, call us and we'll run you through it. If I didn't know how to plug in an amp and get some sounds and say wrong stats about it, then I don't know what I'm doing. There's a user manual. But realistically, with an amp like this, where different voltages and powers and all that really affect the tone, you could go wrong. And it is a good idea to read this. It is a good idea to spend time with it before you present it. It is a good idea to really get to know it and find out how to get the best sound. So what I'm doing right now is not a good idea. Plug it in and play it and talk about it. There will be a full rundown once I've spent probably half a year with it. Okay, and we're gonna plug it in now. Okay, critique number 1, Hamstead. Those feet don't stick. I know nothing you can control, you didn't know this, but they seem to be older and the sticky stuff doesn't stick. I'll just get some feet myself, just as a feedback. As a feedback, get it? So, they go in the trash. That was expensive. So, I'm all set up. No effects, no anything, just the amp and this trusty PJD Carry Elite. What an amazing guitar. Hollow body, bolt-on. It's kind of a thin line telly, just indifferent. Also from England. So they probably know each other because, you know, come on. Such a small country, they all know each other and are best buddies. I have not played guitar in weeks because I rebuilt the room and then I was on vacation. So this is gonna be sucky. But I can do this. Oh, no, I cannot. First, the amp was really quiet and I was like, why that? Well, it was on 7 watts. See, I don't know what to play. gets meatier with more gain, but it doesn't gain up. There's no crunch or anything. So this is an ultra stable amp, especially at the 60 watt setting. So that's what we call edge or breakup, which would of course be amazing for a drive pedal. I can hear why it's a great pedal platform, because it's meaty. It has a roundness to it. This isn't it's not a Fender something Vox. It's a Hamstead. It's nice. Whoa, weeks of not playing. Everything up? Let's do a little bit of reverb here. No, here. That's nice. Tone. Or for, you can get a darker verb. That's nice. So let's try the bright switch. For me, usually when an amp doesn't have the bright switch in, it's always too dark. This is all the way down, so I don't know what that means. Subtle, but that gets me there. It doesn't really get a lot brighter, but a little bit more spanky. Even stupid settings sound amazing. Oh, that voice was in the whole time. Gets here a little bit of a honk. Let's see. And we pushed it with 5 dB, so that was a maximum setting. brings in those mids that like a deluxe reverb wouldn't have. So if you take that out, it's more deluxe-y. With more meat. Might want that in at the lowest setting and just always have that on. And then the sun shines on it when that's on. Why don't you do that? Because of a flat 9. No. That sounds like ass. Don't do a sus4 with the third and the bass. Just saying. I like the tremolo. How fast can it go? Too fast! That's all splattery, beautiful, springy. Listen to that. Beautiful. Let's do a switch on the back. Who is it? Gain high. That's a beautiful preamp gain. That's what we're talking about right now. We have not taken the amp down to 20 or 7 watts. That's pushing the gain in the preamp. And if you want to rock and roll, that's really all you need. Take this down a bit. Let's take the voice out. There's a lot of little details that you can do here to mold the general sound of the amp. I love that. That's a massively thick and round tone. It might also be because I'm sitting here in front of my brand new KSD 88, C88s, which are on each side. I got 2 8-inch speakers now instead of just 1 5. These are the best speakers I've ever heard in my life. And that's what I'm hearing it through right now. And you're, of course, hearing it through the aux, which is right behind me now. You can't see that. With a 412 cream backloaded cab. Gonna take that down, gain down. Taking the amp to 20 watts. Now it's quieter. Now we're cranking up the master. Experiencing a fullness here that I have to say I don't usually have. It's very meaty without being muddy. It's all meat, no mud. You can have that, Hamstead. Hamstead Soundworks, all meat, no mud. That's free. Next one costs you. I'm gonna go down to 7. Where's the? Thank you, Leslie. Here, helps to have a camera when you're fiddling with the amp. Now I can crank the power amp. Of course, the reverb comes up too because the power amp now is compressing more. And that's the power amp cranked. Now I can crank the preamp too. And all of a sudden we got gain. You can get that with a 60 watt setting, but not without killing your ears. So that's why for at home or stage, you've got the 20 watt for stage, you got the 7 watt for recording purposes. And now, get this, I'm clicking up the gain. Now I'm pushing the preamp harder. Power amp's already all the way up, and I should have quite a bit of gain now. Careful now with the reverb, because the reverb is going into the driving power amp and therefore compressing a lot and coming up quite a bit, so that might not be the desired effect. So yeah, there's all your rock and rolly, blown up amp goodness, like in the, classy good old days. It feels like that. It's not that headroomy sound anymore, which is what this amp is made for and amazing at, but you can turn that off by going to 7 watts, and all of a sudden, you got this blown up plexi-esque, I don't know, but you got this blown up vintagey amp kind of feel. And still all meat, no mud. And you can go back to clean goodness like so. That's pretty impressive, and I understand why they want you to really read the manual or talk to them and find out how to manipulate this amp. It took me 20 minutes and I'm there, I think, but there's probably a lot more to discover, which I will do in the times to come. It's pretty impressive. However, it should be, because if I order it directly from them, the pounds to euro, we're talking $24.50. Plus shipping, I don't know. But this is a one-channel Reverb and Tremolo amp for $24.50, which means it's in the leagues of the Morgans and all those, the Fuchses and all those amps. So yeah, it should sound freaking amazing because you're paying for it. This I can already hear as a pedal platform because of the all meat, no mud, is going to be pretty damn amazing, and I can't wait to send loads of pedal through it, as well as the other amps, as always, and show you some pedally goodness. Now, I put it up on the rack, wave. After that, it's animals at the end, and I'm gonna have some breakfast. Please follow me on Instagram. I'm almost up to 10,000 people there, which is fine, and there's also posts that you can follow and laugh at, and support me if you can. It helps. Thanks to Leslie for sacrificing her Saturday morning. And Noodle, who's hanging up there. Hanging out, up, what? And what's at the end after you see the final shot.